Hello everyone, John Runner 88 here with another toy review. This time it is the Imperial Stormtrooper from the Vintage Collection. This is the Rogue One branded trooper, and he is amazing. I say that about most of the figures I have reviewed so far, but that's because I typically get figures that I know I'm going to like. I pass up on stuff that is like a repack mostly, unless like the photo real like face printing is really good. It like brings out like a character. Um, but yeah, these are them. Like you can tell just by this guy right here, the posability is just like amazing on these guys. I've been wanting to get these for a while. Um, Fun story, and it kind of is a you know testament to calling ahead of time. Talking to somebody at a store to get like some information. It was for Ollie's when they got in their vintage collection figures for $3.99. I called up one location in my local state, my home state, and I called them up and was just like, "Hey, do you have any of these figures?" It was after work, so it was already like a few hours after they had opened. I was like, "Oh, did you get any of these figures in?" They're like, "Yes, we did, but somebody or there's a line at the door, and they were just like all sold out." And I was like, "Okay," so I called the next closest Ollie's, which was it's about an hour away from me, and it's fine. It's an easy drive, but I'd rather not drive an hour if I can drive 20 minutes, which is the time it takes to get to the one that's closest to me. And I knew that they were getting in like some of these cases with like this Rogue One like solo assortment, and I call up and I'm just like, "Hi, do you have any of these like figures in? I just wanted to make sure before I like have to drive out there." And they're like, "Oh, yes, we did get them." And yeah, I was just like, "Okay, awesome." I was like, "Which ones did you get by chance?" And they like opened up a box, I guess, and went through. And there's like, "Oh, we've got the Stormtrooper and like Lando Calrissian." I was like, "Oh, Stormtroopers, yes, please." However, because I called, it inevitably screwed me over because the manager was just like, "Oh, I'll put them out now since they're supposed to be out and they're in the ad." And by the time I got there, literally the only things that were missing were these guys. And I was pissed because there would have been like 6 or 8 of them. I wouldn't have bought all of them because I'm a nice person. I would have maybe picked up like 4 of them. That's kind of what I wanted, is like 4 of them. That's what I have with most of my other people. My other troopers, I've got like the Minban, I've got 4 of them. I've got the Range Trooper, I've got 4 of them too. It's like a good number to kind of like have like a little squad going. And I already had the Luke and Han. Put a little pauldron on this guy, kind of talk about that in a little bit. But I saw the other day, I think it was Kylo Collector on Instagram posted that um, these guys over here, Skyward Fun Supply, got the Rogue One Troopers back in stock. And I was just like, okay, cool, I'll check it out, see what they're pricing them at. And it was like $13.99. It's not terrible. I think they're smaller company, a little bit of an online presence, or a decent online presence. But yeah, they shipped these out like almost the next day or so. They got here within, uh, a little under a week. Um, yeah, it was awesome. They are packed great. They put a little sticker in the package. They had their own customized tape, which was cool. They put a fragile sticker on the top. Like they took care of it, and they added in they threw in a little top card, which is pretty neat. Nice little gesture. And they had a little personalized note on it with my name and everything, so it's not just a print job that they did. When you get like a letter from your city officials or something, they're just like, "Oh, thank you for living here," or whatever. And it's just their name printed at the bottom, and it's not personalized. But thank you, Skyward Fun Supply. A little shout out for you for the half a dozen people that'll watch this video. um, yeah, my fives video, it's over 300 views right now, which is pretty awesome. Hopefully these guys do pretty good. I know people love troopers. Um, so see how these guys do. Yeah, like, subscribe, like everybody else says. Go for it. Why not? If you're watching this far into the video, you've already given 5.5 minutes of your time up. Seems you're liking something about it. But yeah, these guys, they're incredible. Like that head sculpt, I've got an older one here. I think it's from 2000. Let's see, where's this? Gotta look at his thigh here. 2005. So this guy's from 2005, and you're just like, back in the day, you're just like, oh, this Stormtrooper's so awesome. He's got great articulation, and then it's absolutely insane how much better the new ones are. The head sculpt is just, it's so good. It's just absolutely amazing. Like, it looks like a helmet on a guy's head. And the same with like the rest of the armor. Like, it looks like somebody wearing armor. And they did a really good job doing that. He's got just like all the articulation you need. My only thing is like the elbow and like the knees. They're a little, like, if you like snap them back, like you'll break them. But I think that's common for most vintage figures, especially like a female character. They usually have very thin limbs. But yeah, I know I don't have to go over too much of the articulation because everybody really knows it. I mean, just the posability is just like insane with these guys. You can see with him, like, it's just like such a great, like, kind of like stuck in the corridors looking for an intruder type thing. Like, that looks so good. I'm so glad I got these guys. I compare a little bit to, this is the Han Solo one. The helmet's a little bit bigger on these guys, just to make room for the head. And it's an outdated body slightly. I mean, it's just, you can't compare to the Rogue One body. But these guys do have a decent amount of articulation. They're just missing like some of the hip articulation and the wrist. And they look a little chunkier. But definitely great. The helmets look they still look great on them. And then look at them with, the first ones I got of this sculpt was the Minban Trooper, and I absolutely love them. I still think they're probably my favorite just because the weathering and the cape. Love the cape. The helmets are really cool. I do plan to dirty them up a little bit more, add a little more uniqueness to the different guys. And then there's the Shadow Trooper, which is the second version of this mold that I get. Yeah, looks great. Doesn't show up very well because he's all black. But they definitely need to take this mold, this sculpt, make some Sand Troopers, just anything. I know they're coming out with like the they did the Remnant Trooper in this, which is cool. I haven't gotten any of those yet, but eventually I'm sure. And then they're doing the Incinerator Trooper with this guy, which looks awesome, except for the paint decals on his ankles are kind of wrong, but but he'll be pretty cool. And it goes to show that you can just kind of like add pieces onto these guys to make them into different like variations. And like, I popped this pauldron on here just to show you, like, you could be a Sand Trooper, just dirty him up a little bit. Take a Remnant Trooper, put a pauldron on him, and a backpack. And what they should do is, because that pauldron, I tried it on him, but it was too tight. But this one, I forgot that the Shadow Trooper had a pauldron on him. But what they should do is they should go the fives route. Do a pauldron and a backpack combo. That way you can just like pop the head off, slip it on and off, there you go. Got a Sand Trooper. Just dirty him up. I know the Remnant Trooper on the Vintage Collection figure, he's got, I think his back doesn't have, like, any weathering on it. It's, like, weird. But, I mean, they look great. Hope that, like, Ollie's gets, like, a restock eventually. Maybe they'll come across some more figures. Because, like, if I found them for $3.99, like, ugh, it's so amazing. But yeah, that's my review of the Imperial Stormtrooper Rogue One Vintage Collection figure. Thanks for watching, guys, and thank you, Skyward Fun Supply, for getting the figures to me nice and quick and in great shape. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.